Be a quick one, and that's precisely the reason I kind of wanted to record it, because today I've had a good day. Woke up, made a really nice breakfast, then immediately started working on maths, and just schoolwork and stuff, and I've for the first time about half an hour ago. Oh my god, maths was getting me down. Like it was difficult. My calculus is awful. It needs to get so much better. And what I've kind of been trying to do is do the topics in the textbook that don't require it, and that's not working because now the textbook requires it. So I'm going to have to go back to my previous textbook and just revise through all of calc. Anyways, and it got to like 2 hours in of that, and I'd reached my limit at the topic where I could do the calc section, the non-calc sec, sorry. Calc is short for calculate. No, it's not. Anyways, and I reached a point I was like, damn, I've got this to do, and this to do, and this to do, and this to do. And it's the first time in a long time I was really like, it was great. I've got to get on with the day. I've got so much so many things to do, and I was asking the question. I mentioned in a previous video, I think it was the self-sabotage one. Like sometimes you just turn on. I used to be in a mindset where I would turn on a YouTube video. This was quite a while ago, but I'd look at the thing. You see 20 minutes, think great, that's the next 20 minutes I've just got taken care of in terms entertainment wise. That's a danger I see so many people, a little trap people fall into, because it's painfully easy to just entertain yourself now, and there's so much more. It was a Roman dude that must have said the reason they had the Colosseum or something was because if you give them food and entertainment, people were happy, and then don't really want much else. Don't really know why I said that, but I did. But yeah, now I was asking the question of how long is this going to take, for a different reason, because I got to the end of my maths thing. That's maybe about done half as well as it could be. The problem is I really need to just go back and go over calc again. So even though today I said I was going to do this chapter, it's looking a bit blur right now. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm falling out of love with the maths game right now. So what else have I got to do? Okay, I've got to make lunch. So it was okay, well, how can I optimize that? Well, I can be making lunch while I I don't know, put on the washing machine. And all these different things. And so I just went from task to task to task. And now I've got a bunch of stuff done. In 10 minutes, I've got to leave for the gym to meet my mate. Some days, I know I would have been in the mindset of, just kind of get to the gym and just kind of amble about and get a bit bored, not really be there with purpose and intent. But this, I'm going to have to rush off today. And hopefully in the future, as well, because I want more days like this. If I can keep up the momentum. What's his name? Naval someone. Although Naval's not really that common a name. So if I say Naval, you probably know who I'm talking about if you know the dude. And Tony Robbins. These dudes, I was watching a bunch of podcasts. I was watching one while I ate breakfast and then continued it into the start of my maths. A key thing I noticed, and I think it's incredibly true, is that you have to be very careful with your words, because when I said, I try, if I can keep this momentum going into the day, etc., that sets me up in a position where I'm not in the mental of I'm just gonna do it, because I'm just gonna do it. It was interesting. Just smiling releases oxytocin. If you just think, no, I'm happy, just happy, then no one could. When I'm in, it's quite difficult. And one of the things I like about it, just like chatting a bunch in all different sort of moods on this channel, is that I can have right in front of me incredibly concrete evidence that sometimes I am just in different states of mind a little bit, and like I'm a teenager, that's going to happen. But I'm also human. That's going to happen as well. You know, when like you're arguing with someone and they're completely different to the person you were talking to 15 minutes ago, they're just like a brick wall. You just think, and then also you just see, it feels like they're completely incompatible with like your version of the world. Because how are you so stubborn? And then in the moment they'll go, I'm not stubborn, I'm always a da-da-da-da-da-da. But if I video it and I don't know, chuck it on the internet, it even allows it's like concrete evidence. I can't just gaslight and bullshit myself. It's great. But yeah, right now I am maybe I can gaslight myself for the rest of the day even into I'm just happy. I had a mood like this last week, and it's great. I was happy the entire day, maintained it all. The challenge is going to be, but again, the challenge is not going to be, I'm going to watch my words. Tomorrow, it always seems, I have good Mondays and all of that. Monday's like a great reset. And there's something special about Monday. I think it may just be a little thing that I've created, which is great, because I can just create the opposite if I don't like it, which I don't. But then, like, I don't want to have a day where I wake up and I just feel like, ugh, shit. So that's my next challenge, because I can work like the current challenges I'm facing are, I have a lot of studying to do. I've got mocks in a month, and I also have got to create videos and stuff because I want to. There's a bunch of ideas I've had that I like don't know if I have the time for, but I think I do. I just have to be incredibly efficient with my time. So one of the things I can do to give myself more time, get up earlier in the morning, but that means like maybe less sleep, and I can't really set my clock, like my go to bed time back. And that could like make my skin worse. It will have knock-on effects on maybe my like studying and stuff. But it's just, I'll try it out, and everyone has the same 24 hours in the day, and some people do so much with their day. I can definitely like squeeze out a few more like drops of awesomeness. But yeah, you gotta be careful with your words, because I also see so many people. I mean, who did I meet? I met a friend the other day. So after not going to school for like a couple months, I didn't really see the majority of people that I used to, and was also pretty good friends with. And so I saw him out just randomly. He was walking past the gym I used to go to, and he was like, James. And I was like, yeah, what's up? How are you? Nice little chat stuff. And one of the things he said really, really stuck with me, and I've heard it in so many places. Just people saying, so my nan will have said this about something maybe to do with, actually, maybe, no, I think what my nan said was in a different context, but this person said to me, he said, James, I really mind what you've done. I wish I could do it, but I wish I knew I could do this. And he wishes he had the faith in himself or the discipline to like study and stuff. I don't fucking have that right now. Look at me. I'm so behind on a bunch of schoolwork. But I know I do back myself to do it. You just have to keep going. Like, it's weird because he sets himself up for failure. The problem I have is that I'm going to set myself up for like shooting too high and then falling flat on my face, if anything. But I'd rather that than like never giving myself the capacity to go like awesome in the first place. And the nice thing about life is and this is something on one of the podcasts I saw from Alex Hormozy, he seems like a really nice dude. I don't really know where he came from, but he just kind of emerged from the internet, or at least from my perspective, in like the last like 2 years, and now like he's just balling. It's pretty cool. Although they've all kind of done that, like the influence in like this sphere, like if you just think of everyone like I know Chris Williamson's had on his podcast, including himself, that seems to really sprung up like very recently. But it's really good. It's kind of like a little bank of wisdom. It's not like gonna all be perfect, but I think I don't know. It's just a nice thing that I can keep coming back to in my life, and it's kind of always there. It's really good. But it feels like it's always been there. But to be fair, I'm like the specific demographic. I think one of the demographics it specifically targets. Anyways, but Moji said that I think that's what I found funny, is that this dude's kind of just come up really out of nowhere, and now people are quoting the dude as I'm about to. It's like, Hormozy said, duh. It's like, the Plato said, Socrates said, and like, all of these old people quote, and now we're just doing it with new people as well. But I guess, like, that's how quoting Plato and Socrates would have started, and if what Hormozy says like is bullshit, it'll be gone within 10 years. But if it's great, then it will like last as long as Plato and Socrates did. Bro, I'm like diverging so much. I need to get a notebook. I've just done it again. But I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get a notebook just so I can write all these different thoughts down. Just because I need to come back to these. These are good ideas I'm having. Like just as I'm doing my daily life. And I need a place to put them down, just set them out of my mind, so I can come back to them later and like do a little bit of action on them. But anyways, he said that you don't really stand to lose anything in life. The worst you can be in life is not your if you fail everything, you're gonna like die, go kaput, and just and like homeless and everything. Most people, the worst their situation they're gonna get in is like couch surfing, and like it's the most homeless people are there because of addiction or mental health. When you think about it, if like unemployment and like poverty was a huge reason for homeless, you'd see a much bigger percentage, but it's not really. It's just like empirical data that like most people, the worst they're going to get is just couch surf. So why not shoot for something with unlimited upsides if you can only just, is it like a safety net? Because right now that's kind of where I'm at. Like, it's not too bad. I have the benefit of like my parents and stuff, but it's like I'm slowly kind of picking up a bit of momentum. And I know that if then I fall flat on my face, it'll be quicker to do it again. I had it with videos, and kind of what I'm planning to do with like the Gymshark stuff, because I made it the Gymshark 6060, never really followed that through. But it's like that's a good opportunity that I should take, and there's like 40 days of it left. And yeah, but that's one of the ideas. I need to just kind of put a pin in the wall, do everything else that's right important right now, because I've got priorities with what I need to learn to get into universities and like stuff. I also need to figure out how to make money. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but that's another idea. Like, these are just ideas I pin and I will come to. But right now I'm just working through my day. You're being propped up by my liter of like my liter water bottle. That's one of the things I'm just doing as like a good little side effect, just trying to stack all these things together. So yeah, I'm going to quickly like finish my lunch. I've got one more baked potato and I don't know, then off to the gym and continue with my day. Hopefully I will post later today as well with a bit more of like a structured video. But I thought, I don't know, it's a nice little thought I had. And if me being in a good mood can spread out to you, I hope it does. So, bye-bye from me.